So we will discuss chapter number 11, verse number 3 and verse number 4. Evam etat yatat tattvam atmanam parameshvara drashtumichhami te rupam aishwaram purushottama. O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see you here before me in your actual position as you have described yourself, I wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. Arjuna is requesting Lord Krishna to show him his universal form. And you see, he is referring to Krishna with two names. So one is Parameshwara, and the second one is Purushottama. So Arjuna is very well aware of Krishna's position that he is Paramatma, or the super soul within the heart of Arjuna also. So we will see more details, but let us just see what are the important key points here first of all. So again, he's referring to Lord Krishna as Purushottama. Purushottama means the greatest of all personalities. So Arjuna is very well aware of the position of Lord Krishna already. But there is something that Arjuna wants to do. Okay, we'll discuss that. Let's go to 11.4. Manyase yadi tachakyam maya drashtum iti prabho yogeshvara tato me tvam darshayatmanam avyayam. If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic powers, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. So Arjuna is very humbly requesting Lord Sri Krishna. He is not ordering. So, there are a lot of people who say, can you show me God? Right? If there is God, let him come in front of me. So God is not an order carrying servant that, if we just order him, he's going to come in front of us. There's a verse in Srimad Bhagavatam where Lord Krishna is talking to Narada, okay, in his previous lifetime, and he's telling that those people who are not complete in their devotional service cannot see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Srila Prabhupada says, we can talk to Krishna face to face. If you're very good in devotional service, if you properly follow all the devotional service, you can actually talk to Krishna face to face. You see, that's what Prabhupada says, right? So yeah, let's discuss this two shlokas in detail now. So now we're discussing about Bhagavad-gītā. This is the chapter number 11, very special chapter. Why is it special? Every chapter is special in its own right. But this chapter is very special because it talks about the universal form. The universal form is like the gigantic form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, where we can see the entire material universe within it, right? And then it actually gives a lot of faith for us on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? And it is particularly meant for the impersonalists and for those people who are like beginners who want, faith in the Supreme. So you see, the original form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is transcendental. That is the four-handed form of Lord Vishnu, and the two-handed form of Lord Krishna is the original form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But then that form is Satchid Ananda Vigraha. So to understand that form, you require a lot of faith, okay, to accept that form, right? So those people who are impersonalists and new devotees, so for them, it's very important that they have faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, Lord Krishna is showing his universal form. And I'll tell you 4 reasons why Arjuna requested Krishna to show his universal form. So let's talk about the reason number 1. So the reason number 1 is to establish Krishna's divinity for all. Arjuna has already understood that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that we can see from his realizations in the chapter number 10, where he says his prayers to Lord Krishna, saying that Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan. He is accepting that, oh my dear Lord Krishna, You are the absolute truth, and I have already been declared, it's already been told by Vyasdev, Narada, Asita, and you yourself are now declaring it, and I completely agree to this. That's the reason number one. The reason number two is to convince others. It's not that he has any personal desire. He's completely satisfied to see the personal form of Lord Krishna. Personal form of Lord Krishna is superior to the universal form of Lord Sri Krishna, because the personal form of Lord Sri Krishna is a permanent transcendental form, whereas the universal form is a temporary manifestation of Lord Sri Krishna, and it is a material manifestation. It's not the permanent form in which Lord Krishna is. So it is not that Arjuna has some kind of desire to see it. He's completely satisfied to see Krishna as he is. But then he wants to convince others. You see? So therefore, he is addressing the Lord as Purushottama, because he is implying that Purushottama is implying that he is the super soul or the supreme personality of Godhead who knows the heart of Arjuna. Because Krishna knows the heart of Arjuna, and Arjuna has no personal desire to see Krishna. And the purpose of Arjuna requesting Krishna to show this form is to convince others. And the reason number three is to avoid imposters. You see, India is a very, very peculiar country, right? So it is like a factory of gods. So not only the gods whom we worship, but there are new and new gods whom we manufacture. You see, Srila Prabhupada says, you see, every street of India, they manufacture a new god every week, right? So many new gods are coming, and they say that they declare and they say, I am this, I am Kalki, I am Krishna, I am this, I am the God, I have realized God, and I am God, you are God. Like that, there are so many street gods in India. So we want to avoid this kind of imposters. So how do we avoid imposters? Because see, anybody just can come who's looking saintly and can just say, I'm God. Now, if you say, prove that you are God, they'll say it is your problem that you have to accept. Right? So it's just like there was one story where somebody who comes and claims that I'm very strong and I can lift the mountain. And then they said, okay, we challenge you to lift the mountain. And then he says, yes, I'm ready for the challenge. And then he's ready. And then he says, okay, I'm ready now. Okay, somebody pick up that mountain and put it on my back. I'm ready. So then, so it's like this. These imposters are like that. They say that I'm God. And now to prove or disprove that I am God, it is your problem. You decide. You find out how I'm God. Whether I have already realized I am God. Now it is for you to understand whether I'm God or not. So this is their smart technique to cheat people, you see. But Arjuna wants to avoid these kind of imposters, street gods, to start declaring that I am Krishna, I am God, I'm the one who is the formless God. I came, I gave Gita, this is my Leela. This kind of people, right? They must be some kind of criteria, right? That who is God? So everybody is God then, otherwise, isn't it? So the criteria is this: show me your universal form. As simple as that. If you can show your universal form, then we agree that you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Otherwise, just please vacate the place. You see, this is the point number 3. Now, the point number 4, Arjuna, he is taking up a responsibility because he is beginning of the parampara, right? So Krishna said, Evam parampara praptan imam rajarchayo viduhu sakalene mahata yoga brashta parantapa. Evam parampara prapta. That means this Bhagavad-gītā is, first of all, it is not that it is spoken only 5,000 years ago. It is avyayam. It is eternally present. And then parampara prapta means it is given in the disciplic succession. But the problem is the disciplic succession has been lost. Yogo nashta parantapaha. That this nashtaha, this parampara which Krishna has started by giving this Bhagavad-gītā to the sun god, imam vivasvate raj. Imam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham avyayam. He gave it to sun god, but that parampara is lost. Therefore, I am starting it now. I am telling you again now. to Arjuna. So that means a new parampara is getting started now. And Arjuna is at the beginning of this parampara, Bhagavad-gītā parampara. So it's a responsibility for Arjuna to make sure that he substantiates Krishna's statement, that people understand about the position of Krishna, not only just theoretically or philosophically, but actually to understand Krishna as he is. You see, to understand Krishna as he is, when Krishna is saying, theoretically he is saying that Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. I am the Supreme Lord and I am the source of all the material worlds and the spiritual worlds. Bhoktaram yajnatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram. Krishna is saying that I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But now, how do we actually see that? How do we actually see? We ask about, we put a lot of stress on seeing, right? We put a lot of stress on seeing. I want to see. Show it to me. So here is Krishna is showing it to us, right? He's showing it to Arjuna, and then we are seeing it through Arjuna, whatever Arjuna has seen, because Arjuna was given that divine eyes, Divya Chakshu. We don't have Divya Chakshu, but through Arjuna, we can also see this universal form, which we will be, hearing. So we will be seeing through our ears. You see, this is the process of seeing. So the Shastras, if you want to see God, the process of seeing, for somebody who's not so advanced as Arjuna or some kind of a great devotee, pure devotee or anything like that, is that we see from our ears, right? So ears are the our new ears. So ears are our new eyes. So we see with our ears. So Arjuna wants to take up this responsibility and fulfill his responsibility because he is at the beginning of the parampara. So these are the 4 reasons why Arjuna has asked Krishna to show the universal form. And now coming to Arjuna's qualification to see the Lord. So first of all, is Arjuna qualified to see that form of a Lord? And if Arjuna is qualified, who else is qualified to see this kind of form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? So the qualification to see the form of the Lord is that one must have the mercy of the Lord. It is only by the mercy of the Lord he reveals himself. There is a statement in the Upanishads that the Supreme Personality of Godhead reveals himself out of his own mercy. It is him who selects unto whom he must reveal. It's not that we can demand and say, Krishna, you must appear in front of me. It's not going to follow that. So he reveals himself. Only by the mercy of the Lord we can see Lord. And definitely it's not possible by mental speculation or perception by material senses. So these are the 2 techniques that we use for understanding something or for seeing something. What are the 2 things? The first thing is we try to see with our material senses. For example, I want to see some kind of galaxy in the sky. So first I try to see with my eyes. Okay. Otherwise, I try to extend my senses with the help of some kind of instruments and I try to see. That's like some other kind of seeing. Another kind of seeing is through inductive knowledge. That is through guess. That is mental speculation, right? So through kind of mathematics or through statistics, right? How do we see with the help of that? So for example, if there is smoke, then we induce that there will be fire, right? So just like probability theories, mathematics and statisticians, they try to guess. For example, if there is a vaccine company manufacturing a vaccine, okay. So how do they understand whether this vaccine will work for everybody? Is that they try first of all on some animals, then they try it on some human beings, and they see that, okay, this is working for 99 people. They tried for 100 people and they see that 99 people it is working. Therefore, we assume that it will work for everybody. Okay, this is called as mental speculation. It is like inductive logic. But the point here is we cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead either through our direct senses or by any kind of guesses or by any kind of statistics or by any kind of scientific theories or by any kind of mental speculation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is completely out of the purview of mundane logic. It's not possible that I can put some logical statements and with the help of logic, I will be able to see Krishna. No, why is that so? Because Lord is infinite and we are very much finite. You cannot measure the infinite with finite logic. Always the logic, whatever logic we may put, whatever kind of techniques and tools that we may use, all of them are finite. It is just like measuring the size of the ocean with the help of a small cup. It is impossible to measure the ocean with the help of a cup, nor can we kind of even estimate the ocean with the help of a small cup. So that is the thing. Therefore, it is not possible that we can understand the supreme or the infinite or the all-pervasive supreme personality of God and his greatness. Even Krishna does not understand how great he is. It is said in the Shastras. Because Krishna is ever expanding. And by the time he understands about himself, he has already expanded further. So therefore, he does not completely understand himself. He is so infinite. So that infinite supreme personality of Godhead, we cannot understand by any kind of means, by our human mind. It is impossible. So we should actually give up this kind of mental speculation. So mental speculation is actually a tool which is used by the empirical philosophers. Empirical philosophers are also called as the jnanis. Okay, so these jnanis, jnana yogena sankhyanam, karma yogena yoginam, right? Jnana yogena sankhyanam. So with the help of speculative understanding, they try to understand what is the nature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So they use the technique called as the neti technique. Neti means na iti. Na iti means not this. So it's like, you look at each and every form and say, it's not this. The Supreme Lord is not this. Maybe is the Supreme Lord the sun? No, not this, because the sun is setting. Is Supreme Lord the moon? No, not this, because the moon is setting. Something like that. Is Supreme Lord the fire? No, the fire is getting extinguished. Not this. So like that, they keep on speculating and speculating and speculating and speculating. But it is said in the Brahma Samhita that by speculation, it is not possible to understand Krishna. Pantastu koti shatavatsara sampragamyo vayoratapi manaso munipungavaanam sopyasti yat prapada simya avichintya tatve govindam adipurusham tamaham bhaja. That means that I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, only the tip of the toe of whose lotus feet is approached by the yogis who aspire after the transcendental and betake themselves to pranayama by drilling the respiration, or by the jnanis who try to find out the non-differentiated Brahman by the process of elimination of the mundane extending over thousands of millions of years. So for millions of years, these jnanis are trying to speculate, and the yogis, they are trying to meditate. For how many years? Pantastu koti shatavatsara. That means koti shatavatsara. That means koti is 1 crore, shata is 100. Means 100 crore years also, if somebody is trying to do speculation and kind of analysis and trying to speculate and understand who is God, who is God, who is God, you'll never be able to understand. Right? But then it is very, very easily Krishna is available for the devotees. Right? So Krishna is very much easily available for the devotees. That is simply by having a little bit of love for Krishna. So he is understood by love. So for example, these yogis and the jnanis, they are meditating for millions of years, but they are not able to even realize the tip of the toe of Lord Krishna. But you see, the devotees of Vrindavan are so special. See, Yashoda is so special, so great, so wonderful, that she is able to actually serve Krishna in his childhood form, and she is also chasing Krishna, and she's actually tying him to a mortar in the Damodar Leela. So that infinite supreme personality of Godhead, which cannot be approached by logic or by logicians or by scientists or by great yogis, is being tied by a simple woman, Yashoda. See, the conclusion is that if you have to see God, if you want to realize God, it is not through our qualification, our greatness, our knowledge. It is only through the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And how do we get that mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado, yasya prasadat nagati kutopi. You can get the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by the mercy of the Guru. The spiritual master is very, very kind and he is very much approachable. So if you satisfy the spiritual master, then Krishna becomes satisfied. We can get the mercy of the Supreme Lord by the mercy of the Guru. So therefore, the qualification to see Lord is the mercy of the Lord. And another important thing that I have to point out in this verse, that is 11.4, is that Lord has been addressed here as Yogeshwara. It is said, Yogeshwara tato me tvam darshayatmanam avyayam. Yogeshwara. So Yogeshwara, yoga is mystic potencies, and Krishna is Yogeshwara, right? And Bhagavad-gītā is called as Yoga Shastra, right? And the Supreme Lord is having inconceivable potency, right? So he is not obliged to reveal himself. He is not obliged that, I do this process and Krishna will definitely be seen. It's not like that. It is completely left to him. It is left to his own sweet will. And from the message that he has given to Narada in his previous lifetime, he is definitely not visible to those people who are not complete in their devotional service. Kuyoginaha, the correct word has been used, right? So we should not be kuyoginaha, we should be the good yoginaha, that is bhakti yogiya. And we should do this devotional service very sincerely, very seriously, under the instructions of the spiritual master. If we properly follow, Srila Prabhupada guarantees that yes, we can see God face to face and we can actually talk to him and see him face to face. So this is the perfection of life, that we're able to realize God, right? So once, for example, Srila Prabhupada was asked, do you see God? Some journalist asked, do you see God? So Prabhupada asked, would you agree to what I say? Let us say if I say that I am able to see God, will you agree to that? He said, maybe no. Then why are you asking that question? That's one answer. Another answer is like, first of all, for me to tell you whether I am able to see God or not, do you know who God is? Right? So for example, it's just like this. It's like asking, how do you differentiate between original gold and which is duplicate gold? So to first of all know that this is gold, right? We should have knowledge of gold. Then we will be able to differentiate between the original gold and whatever is rolled gold. So therefore, to be able to see Krishna, we should also know who is Krishna. We should understand the Krishna Tattva. And we should also do devotional service. That is the primary thing, is to chant the holy names of Krishna. This is the process given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself. This is the process of realizing Krishna. For this Kali Yuga, we have to chant the holy names of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then by the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by the mercy of spiritual master, Krishna will reveal himself out of his causeless mercy, out of his own sweet will. He will reveal himself to the devotee. Okay. So thank you, devotees, for assembling for this class today. If you have any questions, or if somebody wants to add something, or if you have any comments, feel free to talk. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you.